Hi, this is Emma with Polly's Papercrafts, and I'm bringing you a Smashbook process video. If you've seen my previous videos, then you'll know that I am smashing my trip to Harry Potter Studios in London, and this is page 3. So I decided that I wanted to use some watercolour on this page, and the background flowers are pink and then they've got little blue flowers on them as well. So I pulled out my Salty Ocean Distress ink, as well as peacock feathers and picked raspberry. I also pulled out spun sugar, but I don't end up using that one. So I'm just using a water brush at the moment to put on some of the Salty Ocean, and I've done that in a stripe, and then I've wiped that up with a baby wipe and then dabbed the baby wipe onto the page just to create some different splotches. I've put some picked raspberry onto my craft mat, squeezed my water brush to drop some water into it, get it like nice and wet, and then tapped the water brush to create little droplets and a spray. And I'm going to do a similar thing with the peacock feathers after I've done a stripe next to the Salty Ocean. So because I've used the same brush obviously that I used with the picked raspberry, and there's some of that wet picked raspberry already on the page, towards the edge of that peacock feathers I get sort of like a purpley colour, which I quite liked, and then I'm flicking some of the peacock feathers onto the page as well. Now when I looked at this I thought, I'm not too sure, it doesn't look too great at the moment, I don't think, but once I put everything on it kind of works, because then you've just got parts of the colour just peeking out in between the photos. So like before, I have edited my photos and collaged them together using the Pick Frame app on my iPhone, and I just wanted to use that strip of 3 down the bottom of the page just to cover up. There was a bit on the pattern paper that said forget me not, and that didn't really fit with the page that I wanted to do, so I used photos down the bottom to cover that up. Kept the top part so it's a 4x4 size, and put a doily behind it, because I liked the way the colour came through the holes of the doily. I'm using my Smashbook pen, the gluey end, to stick that doily to the back of my photo, and then put glue on the back of the doily, because the doily is quite thin, so I didn't want to use my double-sided sticky tape, and I stuck that down. Now I found in a pocket the tube ticket or the train ticket from that visit, so I put some double-sided sticky tape on the back of that and then tucked it underneath that photo of the Mirror of Erised, if you've read the books or seen the films. And then I used double-sided sticky tape on the photos at the bottom just because it's over a wet patch, and I wasn't sure whether the glue stick was strong enough to stick that down onto a damp or a wet piece of paper. Now with these photos, they weren't specific enough that I wanted them to be on their own, but they were photos of props and all that kind of thing that I definitely wanted to include, so I had them small. So there is 8 photos to one piece of 6x4. So I think I don't know what the sizing would be, but then I just used a bit of We Are Memory Keepers blue washi tape just to create like a hinge, so one set of 4 is stuck to the page, and then the other set is like a door. And you'll see I picked up my pen there to try, because I was thinking about journaling in that gap, but then reached for my Hobbycraft alphabet stickers, and I really like these because they're like a typewriter font. So I used the black ones to spell out so much, and then I pulled out the natural coloured ones to spell out to see. So I've done so much to see in that gap, which there is so much, and I took far too many photos, so I just wanted to include as much as I could. And then I used my water brush again and the picked raspberry just to draw in a heart into that gap. This one I don't think took me too long to bring together actually, with the photos and everything else. It's quite a full page, so it didn't leave too much room for embellishment. In that gap down the bottom, I just wanted to include the badge that we were given. It's got a picture of Hogwarts and it says Hogwarts in the snow. So I popped that up onto foam tape or foam dots and put that in that corner, and I wasn't sure whether the height of my foam squares was going to be enough to stick it down, but it did. It sort of just popped over the edge of that badge, so you can see me testing it there and pressing it through to the back. So that's it from me, guys. I'm going to leave you with some close-ups of the page. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up or comment down below. Don't forget to click subscribe if you want to see more, and you can also find me at Instagram and Twitter and all that kind of thing. If you haven't seen the video before this, then click the video on screen now and it will take you to that page. Thanks for watching.